All right, welcome to the West Tennessee Box Score. We have two very special guests today, Scott and Molly Ashley, Waynesboro, Tennessee.
Yes.
Former, you're Waynesboro through and
Wayne
through.
County High School, I am, absolutely.
Kind of an import.
Yeah, I'm from Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah, it kind of came down. We go, now I've known Scott for a pretty good while. He came into Bethel right after me with Britt, and of course I was around a lot.
Yes.
And then we started playing pickup ball for several years. So before we even get any further, I'm just going to tell you, he's a heck of a ball player.
Well, thank you.
And then your career speaks for itself. If you don't know, look it up. Two ball players right here. And so kind of, I don't care which one of y'all starts, but kind of how did we get home to Wayne County? What was the road back to Wayne County?
It's kind of a funny story. Obviously, I played at Union, graduated at Union, and Scott, obviously, like you said, played at Bethel, graduated at Bethel, and we were engaged, and Mike Greer kept blowing my phone up to come visit West Carroll, come see. So I went and did an interview with him before I got married. It was so weird because on his desk, he had Scott Ashley written on a sticky note. And so I just asked him, I'm like, why do you have his name there? And he's like, do you know him? I'm like, I'm marrying him next week. And so we both ended up at West Carroll, great place, great people. And so then, we kind of hit the West Tennessee route. And then we had kids. And we didn't have any family by. And so I took 4 years off to be an administrator at West Carroll Elementary School. And I missed coaching so bad. And so Scott came home one day and he's like, Wayne County girls are open. And I'm like, are you sure we should go though? And he's like, they're open. And so we kept praying about it and talking about it. And he knew I wanted to get back in it. And then
I was at Westview at the time. Yeah. And whenever I took the job, I planned on being there a long time.
Right.
I really did.
I actually remember you going, because you were at Huntington for a while.
Yes,
too.
I was at Huntington, and then I was at Sharon. While I was at Sharon, I helped Greenfield. So I got to know Willie pretty good through that because of Coach Levister. I helped the boys, obviously, but got to know Willie pretty good. But whenever I was at Westview, whenever I took the job, I told him, I said, look, there's only one job that I'll leave for, and it's Wayne County. And, and somehow it came open the very next year. I was only there for a year, and I was like, wow, I think that's a sign.
Right.
But this is our 8th year, and so it's been really fun. I only had an assistant coach when I did it at West Carroll for 1 year, and so I was by myself the rest of the time. And so I can't imagine having anybody else but Scott. Like I tell him all the time, I would not do it. Like when you're done, I'm done. It's been a lot of fun. He does our middle school.
That was the next question I was going to ask because, I when I coach girls, I always had a female assistant, but it was not my wife. And of course, you're the assistant, right?
Yes, I'm the assistant.
And he does our middle school. He's our head coach in middle school, and I help him. So it's interesting.
I'm afraid we would fight if we were.
We have our moments where we disagree, no doubt.
We do, but it's just really awesome because, we can always talk about it. If I get an idea at 2 o'clock in the morning, I can just roll over and nudge him and tell him. Yeah. But he is I think what people need to understand, he is such a great attention to detail guy.
Right.
I think we complement each other because his strengths are sort of my areas of weakness and my strengths are maybe his area of weakness. And so we kind of complement each other very well. And he's so good at attention to detail and getting people where they need to be. And so I'm very blessed. So like he said, we have our moments, but we just kind of walk away.
Y'all have had a really good run there at Wayne County. And, Wayne County, hello to my Wayne County people. I want to tell you, is one of my favorite places that I've not coached at. And when I say just the time spent there with camps, I have made more friends and met more people from Wayne County that I just think the world of.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
lot of great
that community like.
Summer camp's fun.
Yeah.
I remember I took my guys whenever I was at Huntington there, you know what I mean? And we brought Greenfield down. Spending a week in a classroom together.
Oh, well they do. Just people there, right. I don't know, just from an outsider, but who's been in the area, Wayne County has always treated me so well in my time visiting there. It's just an impressive place to me. It's a place where, of course, you're from there, so that makes sense. I came home to Scotts Hill to coach. Coming home is one thing, but if I wasn't at Scotts Hill, it would be the kind of town where you look at it and say, I could raise a family there. What's that been like for y'all, raising your kids in the small community?
It's been pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's great, especially when we were in West Tennessee. It was just us two. Everybody else was hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, or my parents were 3.5 hours. So I mean, we really relied on each other when we were there. Now Molly's parents are there, and family and grandmother and your brother. I mean, we've got people we can rely on. Like, if something comes up,
and it's so awesome from a parent perspective because my kids are playing now. Like my family gets to watch my kids play.
Yes.
Like it's not a burden for them to have to drive. You know what I mean? And so they're there and they're supportive. But to our community, like you said, it is a great place, and the people are great, and it's a basketball town.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it started with Coach Buchanan in the '70s, then Coach Bird. I mean, we have been very blessed to be able to continue that tradition with wonderful talent and just good community support. They rally around our school and academics and athletics, and it's very important.
You've definitely seen it when you come in the gym with all the banners.
Right.
I mean, it's rich in history, and it's a pretty unique gym.
I regret it. I went back and forth. I don't know if y'all read the stuff that I put out, but I did my top 10 gyms, and it was one that was in deep consideration. Most of the gyms I put in are abandoned now because it was on old gyms, but it is a beautiful, beautiful gym. And one of the things you just said, your kids are coming up playing now. I never coached with my wife, but I did coach my daughters. So y'all have both. You have a whole family of things going on.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, bless her heart. Both parents. So my daughters only had to deal with one parent. I might ought to bring her over and let her talk about this. But what's that been like getting to coach your own kids? I love doing it. It was something that we really enjoyed as a family. But tell me a little bit about that. I'm sure we have common.
Oh, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. But we've had some stressful moments. Don't get me wrong, because we're both there.
Right.
And the good thing is we don't talk about it at home a lot. Like,
that was one of our rules when we started coaching. Like when we leave the gym, it stays in the gym, and so
have y'all stuck to that pretty good?
I think so. We've tried.
No,
because with my two daughters, one of mine, no matter what happened when we left the gym, we were it's done. The other one would hold it against me for a little while. I won't name names, but one we were able to literally leave it at the gym. The other, it might carry over a little bit, but
for the most part, it has. I mean, now if she asks a question or something at the house, or we'll talk about it, but for the most part, we leave it at the gym.
Leave it at the gym. That's a good philosophy to have.
It is, but it's fun to experience those moments with her, and obviously sometimes you wonder what it might be like. Of course, on the AAU circuit, we kind of get to be parents,
right? And
so we kind of see the best of both worlds. But it's fun to watch her grow and mature and just develop.
I remember her in 6th grade. She went from about 5'3" to about 5'9", 5'10" in about 6 months. And her running down the court, just leg over leg like a newborn giraffe.
That's what we called her, baby giraffe.
And, I mean, it was. She couldn't run a full sprint without falling. I mean, and to see where she is now, like, it's just testament to her work and what she's done.
But just to be part of that process with her is just something that we'll always share. We always tell her, you're our daughter forever.
Right.
We just have these short moments of you being a ball player with us, and so it's just exciting.
Well, the AAU circuit too. One thing, getting to be a parent. I don't know if this happens with y'all during the AAU time, but it was amazing when I got out of coaching and I got out just to watch my girls. I wanted to be there. Man, my basketball IQ went through the roof when I was in the crowd. Do y'all feel smarter when you're watching? Do you get smarter? Does it help your coaching? Because my IQ went sky high when I became a fan. It was amazing how smart I got. But,
yes.
Sometimes I wish that I could not think like a coach during the game, that I could just watch it. It's just hard to take that coach's hat off when you're watching, whether I'm watching it on TV or whether I'm watching her or my son play AAU. It's just kind of hard to take that hat off.
Sure. All right, I got another question. A little change directions just a little bit here. We're staying on basketball, but you were at Bethel, you were at Union. Both of you had coaches that I know a little bit. Not as well because we played for different guys, but I got to know Britt a little bit. And then Mark Campbell at Union's hanging it up. And of course, you mentioned David Bird too. I don't know your high school coaches, but you got to play for two legendary coaches in the area.
Very blessed.
Can you tell me a little bit about your time at both Waynesboro and Union, I guess. I'll let you talk for a second here about those two guys because both of them legendary coaches.
And Coach Bird was just so good again at putting people where they needed to be successful, and he believed in hard work. I mean, that's part of our work ethic. We were in the gym all the time,
right?
And so he instilled that in us. And Coach Campbell was a relationship guy. There was more than basketball there, and he really showed me that yes, I'm competitive, I want to win, but at the end of the day, what are we doing to help these girls be successful in life?
Right.
And so it breaks my heart that he's hanging it up this year, but I'm excited for him, and I know he'll be great doing everything he's going to do as the AD, but I just am sad that girls won't get to experience him as a coach. But he was incredible talking about relationships, and again, he was very organized. Like practice plans were to a minute to the T. I remember joking with our managers, like, "Are we running a 17 today?" But both of them were great, and you're right. I've been very blessed to play for wonderful coaches who have taught me a lot that I have taken with me through my coaching career.
No. Your high school, you want to talk about your high school? People may not know who it is, being from Kentucky, but
there was a guy named Don Parsons that was there before I got there. 700 something wins. I mean, he really knows his stuff. Then there's a Coach Davis came in right after that, and I had him. So I didn't play basketball my freshman year. I decided not to play. Tell you a little bit background of mine here. So sophomore year I was JV. Junior year I rode the bench. Senior year I finally got to start. But they always encouraged me, and Coach Davis had a really good career. He actually played at Bethel, and he was a big time player there. So he did a great job. The assistant, I tell people all the time, I used to blame my shot when I missed on the rim. I say, the rim messed that up. I had an assistant coach named Marty Klein. He'd shoot, played at Morehead State, and he said he got up there and hit about 10 in a row. He said, if you don't hit the rim, it don't matter. No, I had some really good coaches, and they taught me a lot about just playing the game.
Right. And then of course, Bethel, Britt.
Oh yeah, I had Britt. Coach Britt, I love him. He was a guy that really wanted you to work hard, and if you played hard and you gave your best effort, you didn't have to be the best player. You didn't have to be the best scorer, because I was not that. I played defense and took charges and rebounded, and I played a lot of minutes just because he valued that side of the ball.
Right.
Defense and rebounding.
Well, it was interesting because like you fall into a small category too for me, and I shared this on an earlier podcast. Willie Trevathan was no fun to play pickup ball with, and you were about the same problem. When you go to play pickup ball, you go to have fun. And then you have people like Willie Trevathan and Scott show up that play hard like it matters. And it really takes some of the edge off when I'm trying to score and just shoot a bunch of shots. And these guys,
that's because you can shoot a bunch of shots and make them.
Well, I'm going to tell you a story. We're playing pickup, and I'm having a really good night. I'm having a really good time, and this guy says, "No, I'm guarding him from now on," and like just ruins my night because I didn't like losing, which nobody likes to lose. But I remember playing pickup with you, and I always I need to get on his team and Tim Allen's team.
Yes, get on Tim's team.
Tim would just foul me, and you're gonna play hard. Now let's see. You have a son too. We didn't talk about your son. What grade's he in now?
He's a 7th grader.
7th grader. Middle school. So he playing everything.
He plays basketball and baseball.
Yeah. I thought he was going to play football this year, but he decided against it.
football.
But he's stepping into a role as a 7th grader of being the guy, really. And I mean, it's nothing against anybody else. The other guys they work hard, but that's his role. Right. You know what I mean? Everybody's got a role when you play the game.
I think Aiden's starting to figure out though that talent and being big can only take me so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's really starting to understand, okay, now I understand I've got to get in the gym.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to be successful throughout the rest of my career, because Aiden's always been the biggest kid, the strongest kid. And so now he's starting to see, that people are getting bigger and stronger. So he's starting to understand that process of getting in the gym and working hard.
Yes. And, he's always been able to score the ball, shoot it really well from outside because he has been bigger. And I've seen some growth this year from him where he don't just settle for threes anymore. You know, he's starting to put the time in to work on driving and finishing and pull ups. But, you know, like she said in the past, you know, he's always kind of relied on talent and being bigger. And now he's starting to put it together where, hey, if I work at this, I can be pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, I'm going to change gears again, just because my mind gets to spinning when we sit down and start talking. One other thing that you two guys have got to experience that I never did, and it's almost worth getting back into coaching just because I've missed it, never got to do it. Of all the things I got to do, I got to coach 4 different Miss Basketball winners. I've won some middle school state tournaments. The board back here we were talking about earlier, the amazing experience. I have never got to coach at the Glass House. What's that like? And I mean, and like this year, how we feeling about getting a trip back? How's things shaping up? Because
gives you chills thinking about it.
That's one time where that's the one thing I'm pretty much out of coaching and pretty happy with things.
Yeah.
But I'll think back and I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't get to go.
I just knew for me, I was blessed as a player. We went all 4 years in high school, runner up my junior year, and then won at my senior year. And I just wanted my girls to experience that feeling of walking up through the tunnel.
See, my daughter's got to.
Yeah.
I didn't.
And then it became more personal when she got to high school. I wanted her to experience that. And so just being blessed to get there, you know, we talk about this all the time. You know, you want to go every year, but man, we went 3 out of the last 4. And so we were so blessed to get there.
It's not an easy road to get there.
No.
I mean, to get there, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, but you know, to get there as 3 of the last 4 has been a really big blessing. But
And, you know, we were
it's
blessed
hard.
enough to play in the championship game, 2 of those 3. And it's just, I remember the first time we played in 2022, we played McKenzie in the championship game. And I remember our girls warming up and I was just looking around. And I told Scott, I was like, can you believe this? Because that was our 4th year there.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when we took over, like we had girls that couldn't even jump stop, like close out. And I'm going, you're just looking and you're trying to take it all in. You're trying to live in the moment, and it's just so much. And so we've just been very blessed, but we've been blessed with players who have bought into what we're telling them to do. They work hard, and so, you know, we just have been very blessed.
We've got some good leaders.
We have.
You know, I think that goes a long way. Is if you have somebody on your team that can lead, like whether by vocal effort, you know, just take that leadership role of holding everybody accountable. Say, this is where we got to go. This is what we got to do.
But I think something else today, you were talking about our gym. When you walk in, you see banners galore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been 19 times.
Right.
So there's 19 banners plus however many sub-state appearances we've had. And so I think when I was in high school, one of the things was you did not want to be the senior class that didn't hang a banner.
Right.
And so now I think that mentality has been restored. And you know, we are coaching a lot of girls whose mamas played.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that helps too, because they're like, oh, we don't want to be the group
Right.
that doesn't hang a banner. But you were asking about this year's team. This year's team is exciting. They're just, you know, we've had them. This senior class was our first group of 6th graders that we coached in middle school.
That's
And
special.
So that is special in and of itself. And so these girls have really just bought into what we're saying. They've worked hard. And I like our chances as long as we continue to work hard and develop. Now, is it going to be easy? No. But like Scott said, it wasn't easy when we did it, you know.
It's never going to be easy.
But I like how we're growing. I like how we're developing. We're 13 games in, and I feel like I learned something new each game. I can pick something positive from it. Now, have we put it all together? Absolutely not.
Right.
But I can see things that we can start to string together.
You don't want to have it together.
Absolutely. That's what I tell them. We'd be in trouble if we
You'd
were
be in
playing
trouble with
perfect
Peach right now.
Yeah.
I feel like people are starting to understand their roles because they're being asked to perform a role they've never had to do before.
Right.
You know, whether it's scoring, defending, rebounding, you know, they're being asked to perform a job they haven't been asked to do.
Yeah.
So
I say it. You can ask my wife. She's with me all the time. I am not a jealous person. Never have been. That's something but I have been so jealous of you guys and Haskins and Trevathan. Everybody spending time at the Glass House, and I never got to go. One of these years, if everybody keeps going, I'm just going to tag along and sit on the bench. That's
I think
We're
so.
Come on.
Come on.
We're going to come as a
Absolutely.
reporter. I'll come
Come
as the
on.
box scorer, and I'm going to tag along, and I'm going to sit on the end of the bench, just somewhere where Dale Burns used to sit with us at Bradford. Stick me down on the end somewhere in a T-shirt, and I'm going to hang out in the glass house. But I can get there as a reporter.
There you go.
You know, whole new angle. Get
That's
down on that
right.
floor one way or the other.
That's
I'm going to
right.
find a way down there. But well, look, what have we forgot? Anything else we need to talk about while y'all here? Anything y'all want to?
No, I just think, this is our 20th year to do this, and I just think we have been so blessed. You know, we could go back. You were talking about Coach Bird, Coach Campbell,
Right.
Mike Greer.
Greer makes it into every
He
one of these.
does.
He's in
But
every one of
we
these.
have been so blessed to
He's
have
been everywhere, though.
He has.
such good mentors, with
Yes.
what we're doing. Our principal, Ryan Franks, our boys coach, I mean, they're just so awesome to us, and just the parents that have just given their kids to us,
Right.
and just, I trust you with our kids. And then, God has just been so good to us.
Yeah.
We can't, we are very blessed.
We always tell them, basketball is part of who you are. It's not who you are. It's just
Right.
a small part of who
It's
you are.
what you do.
Yeah. So we try to continue to build on that and build, like Coach Molly said, with the relationship there with God, Jesus Christ. I think
That's the most important thing.
Amen.
And it's, over Thanksgiving, I was thinking, again, I was like, I just want to text all my little girls. Because they're my girls. I tell them, once a lady cat, always a lady cat. So I just sent this big text to everybody that I had coached at Wayne County High School. And it was just so sweet. Oh, we're doing great. Happy Thanksgiving, whatever. And it's just, we've got 3 weddings to go to
Right.
next year of girls that have graduated that we're just going through. And it's just great to, yes, we coached you, but now we're getting to experience these
Right.
milestones with you in life. So,
Well, one of my favorite things, there's stuff I miss, but it was the kids that played for you, like that group I had at Linden.
Mm-hmm.
Those boys are men now, but now they're my friends. And it's like crazy. Like they used to be, of course, Coach Greer was my coach, and now he's one of my best friends.
Absolutely.
And him and Coach Allen, they're like, if I need something, they're the people I talk to.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And that kind of relationships and
yes,
stuff that you
lasts
build
forever.
it's pretty awesome. And Julie, we hosted Freed for Thanksgiving, and I was like, man, I miss that. It's not the games. It's not. It's that part of it that you miss. I miss graduations now.
Yes.
Those kids that played for you, it was like your own kids were graduating.
Absolutely.
And now it's just kind of like, well, there's kids graduating. They
You
don't feel
just-
like my own anymore.
But you're with them all the time.
Right.
You're with them more than your other family. And so you just develop those relationships. And, we just got back last weekend where we were at Pigeon Forge playing in the Smoky Mountain Christmas tournament. And so we had a house. Everybody was together. I mean, I have a picture of Coach Scott here, fixed breakfast for them. And so they're sitting, and it's just, it's your girls.
It's
your
family.
heart swells up. It
Yeah.
is. And so we are just very blessed, and we're so excited to see what's going to happen.
I am so thankful that we have people like you two guys and some of the other coaches. Getting to step out of coaching and into this role and getting to just sit and talk with people and going into gyms and meeting people.
Absolutely.
There are good people
Yes.
out there. So many good people. We so focus on the negative
Right.
so much, but
Well,
There-
thank you for what you're doing.
well,
For,
you're welcome.
rural
It's
basketball, just getting us out and giving us a
Well, it's
platform.
4 years of being a fan, and there was I won't say no, but very little
Yes.
very little coverage. And one of the things, I don't know if you're watching this and you ever go to our website, that we try to do too is it's almost a historical site in some ways. We try to go back and visit the people that paved the way, because when I grew up a coach's son, and hearing those stories, I'm going to go meet with a guy named Pancakes Perry. We're going to do a story on Pancakes. He was a player from the 70s that was just iconic in West Tennessee, and people forget.
Absolutely.
So we want to bring him back. we want to
Absolutely.
bring those memories back. But
Absolutely.
but again, well, thank y'all so much
Thank you for
for
having
coming
us.
on. I'm gonna shake your hands.
Thank you for
here,
having
and,
us.
And best of luck, and I hope you make it to the glass house, because yours is a bench I might sneak on.
Oh, you
that's
can. Come on.
That's right.
You're more than welcome.
all right. Well, thanks again, guys. Appreciate
Thank
y'all
you.
coming on today.